All right, so go ahead for me and just take a few deep breaths and close your eyes. We're just going to kind of drop into the space and bring ourselves into the energy that I'm cultivating here with this short meditation circle. So just coming into your breath, coming into your body, and noticing how you feel in this moment in time. And not holding any judgment for how you feel or for where you are, but just simply surrendering to what is right now and loving what is right now. Breathing in and breathing out and just dropping in. And so, what this whole exercise and meditation is going to be about, like I said, is embodying who your highest timeline version is with small little things that you can do in your everyday life. And so, you have things that you desire to create, whether that's more abundance in 2025, more love, more people in your business, more whatever it is that you're trying to create. And you've already created that with your intentions and your desires to have it. You've already created it. So your work is not necessarily efforting in the direction. You do want aligned action toward the things that you want, but you're not necessarily efforting toward the things that you want. You've already created them. And so your work, or what I'm offering here, is the opportunity to vibrationally align with what you've already created. And so you can start doing things every single day that embody that higher timeline version of yourself. And so what we're going to do first is meet them. We're going to see them, and then we're going to write down the intentions of what we want to do in 2025 to just more vibrationally align with and be them. And so close your eyes again if you haven't already done so. And just start to take a few deep, long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to go ahead and just think about maybe a quick snapshot of your 2024. What you've learned, what kind of contrast you've had in your experience, the lessons that have lovingly presented themselves to you. And from all of that in 2024, what desires were born and what you long to have more of and what you long to let go of. Just kind of spend about a minute and a half here just thinking about that, just that snapshot of 2024. And when you're looking at that year-long version of yourself in 2024, I want you to hold them up in so much love and in so much light, knowing that they did exactly everything they were supposed to. They had all the lessons that they needed, and they didn't do anything wrong. Everything was exactly as it should be. And now with that, I want you to look into the future and see this higher timeline version of yourself that already has a lot of the things that you desire to create. That could be more love, more abundance, more business, more play, more health, more fun, all of those things. And I want you to really see them. And so picture them in whatever environment suits you best, but look at them from head to toe, from their hair all the way down to their shoes. Just have a look at them and take them in. What do you notice about them? What are the things that really stick out to you? Go ahead and first bring your inward gaze to their face. And what is the expression that they hold on their face? How do they look? Do they look happy? Do they look peaceful? Do they look full of purpose? Do they look calm? Just notice how they look. And then now, go ahead and notice what they're wearing. How do they present themselves to the world, this version of you that already has all of the things that you are currently yearning to create? Really take in the details of their clothing. And if you're not a super visual person, I know that I'm not always a super visual person, you can just imagine the feeling of those clothes. And now go ahead and notice how they're holding themselves. Are they standing? Are they seated? Where are their shoulders? Are their shoulders tense, or are they up, back, and down with this nice tall posture? Are they holding themselves with an air of confidence, like they trust that everything is already theirs and that they are a divine creator who can create literally anything? What does that body posture look like? Now, where are they? Where are they hanging out? Where do they like to be? This version of you next year that's created more abundance, more love, more friendships, more happiness, more fun, more joy. Where is their favorite place to be? Is there a really cozy coffee shop you see them in all the time, or maybe they're outside in a beautiful nature space, or they're by the ocean, or maybe there's a place in your home that they just really love to be. They're a homebody and they get to be home because they've created a life that lets them do that. Where is it that they're hanging out? And then who is it that they're hanging out with? For some of you, what you're vibrationally aligning with might be better boundaries and kind of releasing some people in your life that drain you. And so it might be valuable to visualize yourself surrounded by the kind of people that you want in your inner circle, the kind of people that energize you and lift you up and bring more fun. So who is this higher timeline version of yourself in 2025 hanging out with? And then this is a fun one. You can skip it if it doesn't align with whatever your intentions are. But what does their bank account look like? What is that magical number that makes them really feel safe and excited and like they can give as much as they want to, they can create as much as they want to, they have freedom? This higher timeline version of you. Maybe visualizing the online bank platform, or visualizing them going to the bank and seeing their balance on the screen, however you like to visualize it. You could even have some fun and imagine yourself like Scrooge McDuck, jumping into a pool full of gold. And then because of that abundance, what do their days look like? How do they get to spend their days? This higher timeline version of you. What do they get to do all day, really doing all the things that light them up? All of the things that make them really happy and bring more joy into their lives, and thus bringing joy into the lives of those around them. How do they spend their days? And this is kind of similar to the friendship question, but what does their inner circle look like? Who are the people that are really rooting them on, lifting them up, giving them praise, letting them know that they are believed in and that everything that they want to create is doable, that everything they want to do is figure outable and they can literally do anything? Can you take a moment here to visualize what it looks like and maybe even feel what it feels like to have that kind of support from people that really love, know, and understand you? And I want to go back to this how you spend your days question one more time, and I want you to visualize it from the beginning to the end, kind of like a what is your perfect day exercise. And so, how do you wake up? Maybe it really means a lot to wake up slowly without an alarm and have an expansive morning where you don't have anyone who needs you and you get to drink your cup of coffee out in the sunshine for a while before you do anything else. And then maybe during the morning you want to start with some yoga or go for a walk or spend your time with your dogs or with the trees or with your family. And maybe that's guided into some fun activity that you do during the day. Maybe you see your day full of clients because it's how you love to spend your time. And maybe your day ends with a nice hot cup of tea or a glass of wine and some music or whatever it is that you really like to do. If you could see your perfect day, let's spend about 2 minutes here just kind of visualizing what that looks and feels like. Just about 30 more seconds right here. And so here is where, if you've been journaling, we're going to revisit some of our answers. If you've just been feeling into it, that's totally okay too. But we're going to set some embodiment intentions, so actionable things that we can do in 2025 to get us a little bit vibrationally closer day by day to this version of ourselves that we just met and spent time with. And so the first thing is we visualized, the expression on their face, how they looked, kind of that joyful, calm, happy feeling, whatever it is that they're emanating from their presence, confidence. And so, what is one thing that you could start doing more often in 2025 as an embodiment practice to embody them? Mine would be smiling more. I often spend a lot of time with a RBF or resting bitch face, and so it might be nice for me to light up my face a little bit more often and smile a little bit more if I want to invite in more happiness and joy. So maybe writing down or thinking about what one thing you could start to do in 2025 would be. And then the next one is clothing. And I know not everybody loves clothes, and that's totally okay, but is there something that you saw them wearing that really made you feel empowered when you saw it? Or you imagined that you would feel super confident if you were wearing it? And this is not about spending money you don't have on designer clothes you don't need, but it's about finding one or two items that really make you feel like that confident, abundant, successful, happy, joyful version of yourself. Something I like to teach in my course is dopamine dressing. It actually raises your dopamine to be dressing in a way that makes you feel a certain kind of way. So is there an intention that you can set for 2025 where you invite in one piece of clothing, outfits, something, a fun hat, a jacket that really makes you feel like the version of yourself that you just met in this guided meditation? And then in regards to where they like to hang out, what did you think of? What did you see? What is the space that really felt good? And can you set the intention to try to find something similar? So if it's, the ocean and you don't live near the ocean, maybe that's not possible at this moment. But is there a place in nature near your house that you could make the effort to go spend a little bit more time at? To spend that time in healing nature to help you with that vibrational alignment. If you saw yourself in a cozy coffee shop, maybe you make an effort once a week for the year of 2025. Or if that's too much to commit to a whole year, you can just say, for the first month, I'm going to go to this really nice cozy coffee shop every week for 30 minutes by myself and just spend time behaving like this version of myself that I just met. Or maybe you saw that cozy spot in your home and you don't have it yet, and you could spend a little bit of effort creating an altar or a corner or a space just for you, where you and this higher timeline version of yourself can spend time together. So what is one intention you can set in that direction? And then in terms of what does their bank account look like, if that is one of your goals or one of your aspirations or desires for 2025 to have more financial abundance, you could create a vision board. Sometimes it's fun to go in and kind of white out the amount on your bank account statement, on your online bank account statement, and then just write the amount that you want in there, and you can put it as the background as your phone and look at that every day. Or what are a couple of actionable items that you could do that you know are going to move the needle and move you more in the direction of what you want, whether it's more clients, your own business, more abundance in your current job? Is there something that you can do? This would be more of an aligned action, call to action, but is there some intention that you can set toward that? And then lastly, finally here, we're going to set a couple of embodiment intentions for that exercise we did about how you like to spend your days when you have all that space, and you're just being that version of yourself, and you get to do whatever it is that you want to do. What were a few of the things that you wrote down that you like to do? Some things maybe are dependent on our bank accounts right now or our lack of time. And so if there's a roadblock there, don't set the intention for something that's going to make you feel unsuccessful. But if it was spending 5 minutes with your coffee in the sun in the morning, that's something that you could certainly do from where you are, or create space for from where you are. So let's spend a moment here just thinking about what our perfect day looked like. And is there an element from that perfect day that we can start to incorporate now? I'm going to go ahead and finish up any journaling that we're doing. If you forgot any of the questions or want to revisit them, I know Andrew is giving you the opportunity to connect with me, and I would be happy to email with any of you about any of this. But go ahead and start to finish up. And if your eyes are open again, go ahead and just close, and we're going to drop right back in for just a moment. And again, surrendering to the moment of now, of what is, of exactly where you are, knowing that everything is happening in divine timing. Knowing that everything that happened in 2024 was exactly as it was meant to be, and you are perfect exactly where you are. So a moment of love for this version of you right now. A moment of gratitude, of surrender. And then being as you are right now, you can visualize this higher timeline version of yourself that you met in this meditation standing in front of you. Looking into each other's eyes, seeing each other, loving each other. Knowing that you are them and that they are you. And that you are the same. And that you are not lacking in anything. You are simply currently on a different wavelength. But all that you desire already exists. And you've already created it. So visualizing this however you want, maybe you see them holding hands, placing one hand on each other's heart, giving each other a hug, really connecting with them for a moment. And just feeling that deep connection, that lack of separation. And knowing deep down that your success, your alignment, everything you desire is inevitable. We'll take a deep breath in and a nice big exhale. Another deep breath and a big exhale. And just opening your eyes whenever you're ready and coming back to the present moment.